Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to March Madness, coming to you from Plymouth High School, where tonight the Plymouth Panthers from the Glacier Trails Conference will take on the Luxemburg Casco Spartans from the Northeastern Kansas. Hello, I'm Scott Richards. Josh Oppenheimer will call tonight. Matt Kaskowski on the camera. I believe that Emerson Cotter and Carter Lunder are in the studio, but I don't know for sure. That's what I was told. So the Panthers come into this as the 3 seed. Lux Cass is the 5 seed. They knocked off Green Bay West Tuesday night. And Oppie, you know a little bit about them?
Yeah, you know, it was interesting Tuesday night when they, earlier in the year, they played Green Bay West and won by 20. And then Tuesday night, they only won by 1. At the end of the game, Green Bay West made it close. So I don't know if they were overlooking Green Bay West, wanting to play Plymouth. But, when you're 16-9, you got a good record, right? You're all right. And I think they're going to be just fine after. They're not going to think about Tuesday night. They're really worried about Plymouth tonight. I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Well, their conference is top heavy with Freedom at the top. Freedom's an unbelievable basketball team with probably the best junior, if not the best junior in the state, being recruited all over the country. And what we've found with Luxemburg Casco is they'll play hard, and they're generally pretty tough.
Yeah.
But if you look at some of the stats are for losers, they always tell you, but Plymouth, I just think, has better basketball players. We have one for sure.
Yes.
And but it's tournament. Anything can happen. You and I have seen it. But, you're going to throw the ball up, and you got to play, and you got to give it your best. We were not able to read ads tonight as part of our WIA policy. We can host the game, or we can show the game out because we do have to pay a stipend, and that's fine. But to our sponsors, we apologize. And so let's tip it up as Joey Hannell goes up.
Panthers with the tip. Probably just getting into their motion offense. Sometimes Coach Schultz likes to run just a one-set play on the first play of the game.
It's a box.
They're in a box and
They're
one.
in a box and one. The thing about it is Schultz is really good against the box and one. And he draws a foul.
Mason Trimberger tonight, 6'3" senior, has got the honor of trying to guard Caden Schultz.
Well, we've seen it. This is what other teams have done is a little bit different. They've guarded Schultz and kind of collapsed on him with one guy.
Well, I think when you look at them, they're not as big as they have been in the past. So
right. So
guys like Joey Ehrenholt should have a big game underneath, especially if they're just truly in a box and one. When they set up that box, and he should get some looks down low.
And Joey Ehrenholt has improved every
since day
game.
one.
He's still a babe in the woods, but he's a big one.
We have a really good reffing crew tonight out of the Two Rivers Whitelaw area. So these guys is about as good as they're getting in the state. So good steal by Max Hill going in for a layup.
That's the way you start the game, playing great defense. I thought the last game Plymouth played against Sport was the best defense they have played all year. It was outstanding against a team that some call the #1 team in Division II in the state.
Yep. Well, and you know what they always say, right? You always want to peak towards the end. So that's good to see, right? They're peaking their defense right at the end of the year. But they keep that smothering defense going tonight.
Keep the ball out in front of you.
Panthers just in their man-to-man.
The only area where Cade has had trouble, and teams are trying to brush him off of screens, is that's where he has gotten any fouls. But I will tell you, you and I agree, we have seen some great refereeing. Oh.
That's a 3 from the corner by Jacob Koisman. Panthers quickly back down, another 3. Joey with the missed tip.
Koisman from the three-point line is 37% shooter. Which is fine. You want to be 35% or better, and he's at 37%. Number 0, Koisman, is 10.2 a game, and Preezer, number 2, is 11.4.
Eli Denneray makes the first one, ties the score, 4-4, 16:22 to go in the game. Here's the second attempt is up, and it's no good. Rebound by Caden Schultz. quickly down the court.
And
Which is good, right? They really want to stretch out that defense on that box and one.
But you don't. We've seen this too many times early in the game where it's been kind of a forced shot.
Good look by Joey. It was right there, just a little long for the Panthers.
For a forced pass. You don't have to force it. Let the game come to you a little bit, and they'll be all right. Move the ball. Find your open spaces.
Just a lot of energy tonight. Good shot by number 11, Eli Denere. Steal by Luxemburg, number 2, Bryce Priesler.
The other thing is, don't do what you don't do.
Right.
You know, if you're a shooter and you got a shot, shoot. If you're a ball handler, move the ball, but don't do what you don't do normally.
Like Luxemburg, Casco just kind of running their motion offense, a lot of dribble handoffs.
And they're setting off-ball screens that have been really, really good.
Panthers are going to try to force the tempo tonight.
Off-ball back screens they've been running.
Max Hill, good take. Just out. Those are shots that are going to fall in the game.
Oh, it's a great shot. Good look. You'd rather get a shot than the 2 turnovers that they got. Now, I don't know. Tim obviously has scout on him, how well they handle the ball. They only average, what, 58 points a game, you said?
Yeah. They average about 58 points a game, and they give up about 56 points a game.
But again, some teams in that conference cannot score.
Schultz for 2, ties it up, 6-6, 14 minutes to go. Good play by Caden Schultz.
When he goes, people have got to move out and give him a passing lane.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be open at there because they're going to collapse on him.
Right. Don't get your feet stuck in cement, as they would always say.
Plan for it. Be ready for a shot. If you're a Max Hill or you're a Charlie Nass, you get a good look, plan for it, and let it fly.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we wait until he's in the lane, and then we move. You got to move as he's moving, which will allow them to get some easy buckets. Panthers back on their good tip by Schultz. I think he's going to go in for a layup. Brings it 8-6. I think he really wanted that dunk, but
I think he did the right wise thing. Yeah,
he made the right decision.
And no kid is going to try to hurt him, but they may try to block it, and then you got a little trap. Oppie.
Yeah.
Oh, you and me, baby, we're in love.
Yeah, totally. Straight up. Caden, you got to get a little closer. Just suffocate.
Yeah.
The thing that Plymouth really wants them to do, and that's what's going to cause those traps, is going to cause them to play about 30 feet from the basket, and nobody wants to play 30 feet from the basket.
I was watching a little film the other day, a coaching film, just fun. They said that the midcourt is your safety spot. When you get those guys, when you're a ball handler, do not get on the baseline. Do not get on the end line or the sidelines.
3 is up, short. Ball out of bounds. We Panther ball. 13:05. Panthers up 8-6. Just working through that first couple minutes. Once we get lathered up and into the flow of the game, I think you'll see the Panthers just kind of start to take over.
Augie Eigenberger's in the ball game, along with Magnus Blad, who's come a long ways this year. Augie, after coming back from injury, done a great job. Well, that's one way to guard Cade. Just grab him. I would.
Yeah. Well,
maybe a little more discreetly.
Well, other than Freedom, Freedom's got, but he doesn't play the position.
No.
As Caden does. These guards probably haven't seen a guard at that level all year.
No, not one that's about 6'3", can handle it, can shoot it. Okay, not a lot of movement right now. You get things moving around a little bit.
Well.
That's usually where Tim will call us that play.
Good look by Charlie Nass.
Charlie, just let it fly. Don't hesitate, Charlie. You're a good shooter. Grab it, shoot it.
This layup by Jacob Koisman. Back down. Schultz for a deep 3, just in and out. Oh, I thought we had a jump ball, but they're letting him play. That's why these guys are state qualified. These guys are as good as they come. They're not going to decide it for you.
So that's a good defense. That's a good defense we saw last week where they help right away. Don't wait to help. And don't do what you can't do.
And move. Right idea.
Right idea. The kid's looking to pass the ball. You got to pass the ball now.
Yep. Bryce Priestler with the 3.
And
9-8, Panthers down. Lux Casco with the ball, deep to 3, just out.
they got to get something going to the basket. Spread the floor, move the ball. Starting it right now, you're going to get a screen, move, get out of the way. There you go. See how they collapse on them. Tim Schultz can't lose anymore here. But right now he
Right.
Yeah, it's early in the game though. 10:57 to go.
Hayden Schultz with a little hold.
Like I said, our experience in the past with Luxemburg Casco is they've always been tough.
Yep.
They work hard. You know, we don't know these teams like we did 50 years ago now.
Right.
When they were in the old Packerland Conference. But always respected them. Always.
Panthers extending their defensive pressure. We almost got a 5 count there.
They're you got to take away that first, I call the first rotator. The guy that's the next best pass, and they're letting him just rotate it.
DeMonk taking it in. I think got a little shove there.
Three fouls on Lux Cask, 2 on the Panthers.
10-9 or 8-9 Panthers. 10:15 to go. DeMonk, little deep pass to Augie.
You're gonna have to get
Charlie with the 3. Good shot
maybe
for Charlie.
Get Charlie going. Like I said, catch it, Charlie, and shoot it.
The problem there is Lux Casco thought they were still in the box and one. The other thought they were man-to-man.
Charlie is a 3-point shooter, is a 40% shooter on the season. That's going to help the whole team. Everybody else get into the act. Get there. Nice pass. Third foul on the Panthers, foul on Max Hill, 2-shot foul again. We cannot read our ads from our fantastic sponsors.
First attempt is good by number 1. Tatum Klaboff.
So unfortunately, Hill, that's his second foul already. The first one early was just happened in the action.
Second attempt by Tatum is no good. Rebound. Oh, I was going to say, I think we got a push in the back there. Number 12, Mason Trimberger. Oh, can't see how many fouls they don't have on the board, but I think that's his second foul at least, which is not good for Lux Casco. They need him in there.
Yes, they do.
Provides the height and the strength. And, you know, being a senior, he's got just knows what's going on out there. Just a skip pass to Augie. Tipped out of bounds.
You know what? When the team back swipes it like that, then all you do as soon as you get by him, duck to his side, because he's going to reach around, then he's going to get the fall. Right now, 4 falls on Luxemburg Casco, 3 falls on the Panthers, 9:25 to go.
Schultz pulls up for 3, rolls out. Rebound by Augie. Augenberger.
You know, Augie is a good rebounder from the guard position.
Yeah, he's got a sense that, you know, a lot of kids you can't teach, right? He can just get after those rebounds.
Yeah, he's just an athlete. He's got that athletic sense. I can see why they don't score a lot per game. They're just plain patient.
Rebound by Joey Arnhold. Schultz brings it up. Gets it out to, a little long. Magnus just a little long there.
Well, that's where in a year, Joey will be, remember, he's still catching up to his body. He'll be that much stronger, you know, and everybody, they ooh and ah, you miss from 30 or you miss from 2, it's a miss.
Right. (13-10), 8:20 to go in the half. Deep three, another deep three is good by number 0, Jacob Koisman. He's leading them with 6 points, 2 3-pointers on the night. You know, it's interesting. Lux Casco does not shoot the 3 well, and they're shooting a lot of 3s out here. There we go. Get it down low. Kicks it out. Joey gets it. Joey. Tie score, 13-13, 7:56.
Right now, this late in the game, usually this doesn't happen. But we still got kids that are doing what they don't do.
Right.
You know, I've seen it happen before.
Good take by 0, Jacob Koisman. Augie Eichenberger for 3. Panthers just.
Still has 2 fouls, but coach says, hey, he can play with them. He's a senior. He'll make some adjustments in terms of defensive situations.
Schultz for 3. Whoa, I was going to say we got a little push there. I don't know why he's looking at the official finding. I saw 2 hands all the way up here in the corner. Jeez. He got a late whistle because I think the ref was even caught off guard by how obvious of a foul that was called. Panthers underneath, taking it out. Schultz coming off the side. Just a deep pass into Max Hill. Panthers working around, trying to get a good look here. 7:05, down 13-15. Steal by number 4, Ethan Robson.
Right now, their defense is outstanding, and we're not setting enough screens and moving the ball, and so we're not scoring. It's that simple.
Yep.
They're doing a great job defense, and we're not playing bad defense by any means, but we're just not. We're not moving the ball. We're. I don't think that. I don't know. Do we have a bucket that you can remember inside? Maybe Eichenberger had one.
Yep. You got to put back.
Yep.
6:40 to go in the half. Panthers down 2, 15-13. Schultz spins.
Tip pass on a rotation from Nass to Hill. What I'm saying in terms of moving, it's not just moving to move around, do something. Little fake back cut, do something so the defender has to respect what you're doing. Like right there.
Good play. 3 by Charlie Nass. Max Hill created that whole situation by driving down the middle.
A little ball fake.
Yep.
Yep, a little ball fake.
Yep, good jump ball by Max.
6:06 going to first half, low scoring game. I bet the Panthers have 5-6 turnovers.
Yeah. Just, well, that's a moving screen there. But, you know, the refs aren't going to let them.
Yeah,
let them play.
They've called the ones they needed to.
Yep, there we go. Now we got it.
We got the moving screen.
Moving screen.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, should call that more often. Well, sometimes as a ref, you got so much court coverage to look.
Right.
He may have missed that one, but he thought maybe caught on his eye. Like, I think he moved, and then he just did it again. So it was an easy call for him. I'm surprised Lux Casco is extending that box out so far.
I'll tell you what, they've been successful so far, though.
There you go, Augie. Good move without the ball. Kick out to Charlie.
Guess who's under the basket again?
Well, he's so physically strong, and he's a quick jumper. You can get up there and get that rebound so quick.
Well, yeah, I said, yeah, you know, again, he's an athlete. He's out playing as many sports as he can. He works at it off season in all of them.
Drive down the middle. Scoop shot is good for number 4, Ethan Raspin. Panthers quickly down. Max Hill pull-up jumper, puts it in.
I think we're loosening up a little bit.
They're getting that playoff jitter thing all over with, right? Now we're just going to play. Good tip by Caden Schultz.
Hill comes out, he's got 2 fouls. Only 3 fouls of the Panthers. Max has 6 fouls on Luxemburg Casco. You'd like to try to get to the basket right now. Get a better chance of picking up that foul and getting on bonus line.
Ooh. Panthers just starting to clamp down a little bit, forcing Lux Casco to play out a little further than they're used to.
Well,
see if they can force him into a bad shot or a turnover. We're keeping the ball in front of him. That is not the shot that I'm sure their coach wanted him to take from them. And one. Oh, I thought he got fouled.
Great play
Good
by.
tip. Yeah. Pull up for Caden Schultz. Puts them up 22-17, 3:50 to go in the half.
They're making that little run, and everybody's involved.
Well, Magnus did a great job of tipping it back out instead of trying to grab it.
They did.
That's a head-seat ball play right there. Good by Augie there to recognize.
The defensive switch, I'll tell you. Magnus has come in and Augie's coming out. Hill's out. Things have stepped up.
Right. Panthers up 5, 3:20 to go. Trying to get another tip or steal on the defensive end here.
Luxemburg Casco is only down 5. I think they're happy about that. So they're.
Charlie, way to rip it out of his hands. He wanted, you could see it in his eyes from our vantage point. He just was not going to not let get that ball. Good skip pass. Augie Eichenberger, deep 3 in the corner. Knocked out by Lux Casco. A little surprised Lux Casco hasn't taken a timeout. I think they look like they're starting to get a little tired out here.
Yeah.
The pace is not what they expecting or like to play at. Joey Arnholt back in for Magnus Blad. Deep 3 by Schultz off the front end. Tipped out by the Panthers. Be Lux Casco ball. 2:40 to go in the half. Oh, there we go.
There's the timeout you were calling for. Yep.
30-second timeout. Good. Right idea.
Well, Luxemburg Casco has impressed me with their hustle on defense. They've got a plan. and they're standing to the plan. I've talked about this. We've seen all kinds of junk defenses on Cade during the year, but the teams have sort of said, listen, we can't stop him. But what we can do is try to stop other people. And they hustle out on our three-point shooters is what they do.
Well, and for our perspective, too, when we look at stats before the game, and we can't see how hard they work, right? We're not seeing that. We just see what the numbers are. But these kids are really playing hard right now.
They're taking away the inside. The guy that could create an inside presence is also a great outside presence in Cade. You know, you get him inside, he's great, but then you lose your best outside presence. Hill can shoot it. Charlie has hit a couple. Augie's been there, probably their leading rebounder.
Right. Don't be surprised if we see a trap out of this timeout, because I think Les Casco wanted to play.
There it is.
Yep, there we go. A lot of times you take that timeout to get try to get an easy bucket, and the Panthers just took him right out of it. I thought that was a double dribble too. Made him take a bad shot. Good call by Coach Schultz to run that little trap out of that timeout.
I'll tell you, the one guy that really knows who he is DeMonk. He knows who he is.
Yeah.
He does.
Is having still such a great year, right?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't do more than he can.
No, he knows what he's doing. And actually, I think the whole team is settled in with that right now.
Under 2 minutes to go in the half. Panthers up 22-17.
Well, our team averaging 71 points a game.
Yep, a little travel there. Panthers trying to get that short corner. DeMonk brings it out. Gets the ball moving. Good play by Augie. Just go up strong now. There you go. All day. That's a play they can get all day.
Well, we got it inside. That makes a difference. That's not a kick because we're just throwing off a leg.
Yep. Magnus is back in the game for Joey Arnold. There you go, little tip from behind.
Nice pass. Boy, great reaction by Luxemburg Casco.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, this team is they're playing like a zone. They're not playing a zone. But if you ball fake a little bit, you're going to have some success. Because they're really, really, really following. It's a great job. They're just really following the ball.
Looks like Panthers are 30 seconds to go in the half. Panthers just working the ball around until.
Cade wasn't sure if he was going to dunk it or not. That's what happened on that one.
Deep three from the corner. Misses. Lux Casco gets their own rebound. 15 seconds to go in the half. Another three up. It's good by number one. Tatum Klobberoff. There you go. Good play by Aiden DeMonk to end the half for the Panthers. At halftime, Panthers take a 26-20 lead. For Matt Kaskowski, Scott Richards, I'm Josh Uppinger. We'll see you in the second half.
I end up doing 13, and I don't mind, but right there.
Welcome back to start the second half here at Plymouth High School on round 2 of the WIAA tournament. Panthers take a second half lead, 26-20. Panthers start the ball. Scott, what do you think coaches have talked about at the halftime?
Well, in Plymouth's case, defensively they're doing some good things. I think what they're talking about, you got to set better screens, you got to move the ball a bit better. They started with they're boxing one, and they're kind of just face guarding Cade the whole time. And I do think Aiden the Monk is going to have to go to the basket and try to shoot the ball. Now they had 3 good looks there, and you know what I'm saying? He's going to have to.
Yeah.
And again, it's not that he should go away with what he does, but right now they're basically not guarding him at all.
Well, I was just going to say there was a couple instances there where they didn't guard some of the kids at all. Unless Charlie gets in the post, they're not going to come out, which is nice move by Charlie Nass.
And that's what you get in the post, make them come and play in the post. We've got shooters. Good job, good set.
28-20, the start of the second half. Panthers' first possession, get a basket.
Only foul trouble, Max Hill has 2, and for Luxemburg Casco, number 12, Mason Trimberger has 2, who's a key player for them as well.
Oh, almost a steal there. Well, they talked about the first 3 minutes of the half and see how it goes. Good steal by Schultz.
Those are the ones you throw to the basket.
Right, throw it to your own basket.
I was taught Ron Einerson, of all people. That's an old name from the 60s. Throw it to the basket.
That's over the basket. Violation. Panthers deluxe Casco ball, 28-22. Looks like Les Casco really came out in that first possession, really slowing it down.
Yeah,
I think they're going to try to grind it out.
They're right now. They kept it to a 2-possession game, and that's what they need to do.
Well, and their pace of play is when they, this is their type of pace of play. Easy for me to say.
And you tighten up and you don't shoot quite the way you should have.
Lux Casco working around.
Hey, they're not turning it over. They're controlling the ball defensively. They're making you work for your shots. They're saying, hey, listen, you got to make a 3. And when we made them, we took a lead. And if we don't, we're not playing bad defense by any means. We've held them to 24 points. If you watch it, people watch it. Watch how they're moving without the ball. Everybody's moving around a little bit. Now, they don't have that one player that you want to have the ball a lot. But they're doing some really good things. And they're beating Anhalt consistently right now. That means the team's got to help them out.
Good offensive board by Joey Arnold.
That's how you make up for it. That's right. I said, he's played so well. But they're beating him now because he's not used to guarding that kind of a kid. So you got to help out. It's a team game. That's what you got to do.
Joey trying to go to the line, get the old-fashioned three-point play here. Shot is up, and it's good. 31-26, 15 minutes to go in the game.
You can get him in. He's got a height advantage. Is he going to make them all? Nobody's going to make them all. You can get him the ball a little bit. use his asset, which is his size inside.
Good defense by Charlie Nass. Panthers get the ball, brings it up the right side of the court. Schultz all over the basket. I think he got a little bump there.
Oh, we got Eichenberger coming back
Augie
in.
Eichenberger entering the game for Max Hill.
Here is usually that point of the game where the Panthers make their little run. So you got Eichenberger, Onhall, DeMonk, Schultz, and Nass on the floor right now. I thought about your idea. Maybe let there. No hesitation.
Good
Bing.
shot. Good
no
shot.
hesitation.
You know, I think they underestimated Charlie a little bit in this game. He's had a couple of those wide open shots that have gone in. Right back at it though for
and he left them wide open.
Casco, Jacob Koisman. He's one of their shooters. He's got 11 points going so far. He's their leading scorer of the team. Augie Eichenberg pull up. (34-29), 13 to go in the game. Charlie Nass dumps it down low. Joey. Turnover by the Panthers. Max Casco's got the ball. Panthers looking to get a good stop here, good defensive possession. Max Casco's just going to grind it out. Shot by number 22, Braden Glacier. Charlie Nass, another three from the corner is good. Puts up 37-36. Stuff like that, he's got to keep hitting those shots. It's going to pull him right out of the zone. And now he's going to take a charge. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Thought he was set.
I know that's a tough call, but he was sitting there for a while. He's going to say he moved. He did not.
He'd say he's leaned into him, but I think he was.
Unless he leaned forward into him.
Yeah.
But I can't see that from here. So he might be able to see that from there. And you're right. And that's what we can't see, where the official's sitting right there.
Shot is no good. Rebound by Caden Schultz. Gets up to Silent Augie, picks it back.
Get moving. There we go. Get some moving.
Yep. Find the hole in the zone, and you'll be all right.
He went right to the corner, where you're taught from just don't do that. Players watching, don't. This kid's a good shooter.
Yep. Basket's good by number 1, Tim Tatum Flaboff. Brings them within 2, 37-35, 12:20 to go in the game. Panthers looking to extend that lead once again.
We come across from the other side of the lane. We got to come across and set up, either get out of the way or set up inside the basket a little bit.
Good take by Augie. Thought he got fouled there. Good rebound by Aiden DeMonk. Put it back.
Schultze calls a timeout.
Good timeout by Coach
Panthers
Schultz.
up 39-35. No foul trouble. Only one foul on each team.
Well, I know Charlie's hitting those threes, but when they're scoring points, it's because they're going to the basket.
Yep.
They're getting basket points, not just swinging from top side and just shooting a three.
Well, this time of year, everybody's got our stats.
Right.
And they know we got some three-point shooters, and so they did that. Port did that as well.
Right.
Again, defensively, what's impressed me a little bit is we've done some really good things, but Luxemburg Casco's got some guys that have stepped up. It's that simple.
Well, you know, maybe they just barely beat Green Bay West because they're so excited to come to Plymouth.
Well, and their crowd's been active. Our crowd's been active.
Yeah.
It's great basketball this time of year, always is.
It'd be interesting taking a timeout. They've had some success, Plymouth has, of running some traps at the top of the key.
You know what's interesting? That again, that charge block call is the toughest one, but that turned things around. We were up by 7. All of a sudden, it's a 3-point play on a make, not from the line. And I'm not blaming the officials for turning the game around, but it just was a huge moment in the game.
Yep, they're going to run their trap out of this. Try to jumpstart them a little bit, get the engines revving a little bit.
I think Augie can really put pressure on this kid. They set up a 3.
3 is good by number 4.
No, there's the difference.
Ethan Rapson.
And that's it. We did not run out at the shooter.
Charlie Nass responds. Back up to 4 points, 11:30 to go in the game. Panthers 42-38.
Gino.
I think Lux Casco feels like Plymouth can't play defense more than 45 seconds.
Well, we're not pressuring the ball. I mean, we're in contain. Look at.
We're letting them do what they want to do, right?
Right. We're sort of containing, but we're not making. You're right. We're not.
I think Coach Schultz would love for them to bump some cutters, force them to go to a different spot. Wow, that's a ticky-tack foul right there. Wouldn't have called that. That's been going on all game. Didn't call it all game.
Panthers up 4, 42-38. 2 fouls on the Panthers with 10:38 to go in the ball game. 1 foul on Spartans. Leading.
Oh. 10:30 to go. Panthers still lead by 4.
You know, I still.
I was going to say a little shove in the back.
A
little acting job there. He's got a little smirk on him.
You know, you've coached, and you know if you're going to get a little foul, it's getting a rebound, right?
Right.
Well, Panthers have a chance. They haven't run many sets tonight, but they can't because of the way they're being played.
Well, now they're man.
They're just face guarding with one guy.
No, yeah. Straight man-to-man with a face guard on one of them. There we go. Good shot.
There's a lot of contact when he went up for that shot.
Yeah. Well, Coach for Lux Casco is taking a timeout because he knows he can play man against him, right? So he's going to have to go back to the drawing board a little bit.
So the Panthers play tomorrow night. If West Appear wins and they're the heads-on favorite, they would play at 4 o'clock.
Coach, the AD for Plymouth, Kevin Butters, our athletic director, has informed me before the game tonight if they win, they will play at 4 o'clock tomorrow in Green Bay if West Appear wins. Now, if West Appear loses, the game will be here, so they will be the higher seed. But
so, you know, and that Mr. Butters is definitely the man with knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any scores. I wish there was a place where you can kind of look to see if what some of the scores are right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you more and more. I don't know. These are scoreboards only a couple. We had scoreboards thanks to some the donors whose names are up there again and helping out with these.
Yeah.
2008. So we replaced the scoreboards. Those babies had to be 30, 40 years old. These are nice, but you're seeing schools now put a reader board up there that you can put in other stuff. I was at my grandson in Dexter. A donor, their high school football scoreboard was $400,000.
Whoa!
Which to me, you know, you wonder a little bit, but. All right, you got blood on Koisman, and Koisman is a good player. Juliano gets a little breather.
Panthers trying to lock down Lux Casco in the possession. They can get one stop, right? We always talk about one stop, one play per possession, right?
Who's the monk guarding? He's guarding
If we can get a stop here and get a basket, that would really put them in a bind. But a little shove off there. Good shot by number for 0, Jacob
I'm surprised
Koisman.
they don't have the monk on him.
Lux Casco brings it down, swings it over. Little drive to the basket. Trying to just keep in front of him. Another deep three is good by number 11, Eli Denneray. Gets him within 1. Max Hill back down for 3 is good. Puts them back up by 4 with 8:30 to go in the game. 47-43.
Nice crossover. He's all quicking any kid of ours that have been guarding him.
Yep.
Tough shot. That's just a tough shot.
Ties it up with 8 minutes to go, 47 all.
Well, one of the reports I got, you look at the stats, Luxemburg doesn't look so bad. And the game they played wasn't so good for them. They're a heck of a lot better than what I was told.
Yes.
They really are. Again, they played some real good teams in that conference, like we played a couple of real good teams in our conference and during the season.
Well, and the longer they hang around, the more confidence they're going to have. So they're going to make a move. Let's get after it.
I tell you, they are going after us on defense. They are just saying, hey, we don't care. You get the ball, we're going to harass you. And actually, there's a couple of faults that should have been called.
Max Hill from the corner, threes. Go! Rimmed in and out. Magnus with the basket. Rebound. Basket put back.
There was a lot of contact out front on that.
Well,
And they sort of you're right, though. They've been sort of letting them play, but a lot of contact.
well, that's the first time I think I've seen Caden get a little frustrated with that.
Well, they let it go that way, too, so that's how it is. As players, you got to adjust then.
49-47, 7 minutes to go.
That's a tough matchup for Max, Magnus.
Magnus Blott is doing everything he can out there. Koisman, their leading scorer, has got 17. He averages about 10 points, so he's above his average.
He's a good player. This might be the time where you slide, the way he's playing, you slide Kate over on him for a little bit. And that's exactly why right there.
Three, a little long. Schultz with the rebound. Coming up the left side, gets it out to Hill in the corner, kicks it back out top. Blott with the dribble drive, kicks it out to Hill, dribbles in the middle.
See, they close out.
Hill for corner 3, just a little bit long.
Nice play. Tell you what, we had 2 guys just didn't hustle back.
Yep.
They didn't turn and sprint back. It's that simple.
Schultz misses it. Magnus Blott with the putback.
And this is the one where I'm serious. I watched them. They turned. There, that's great.
Good play by Charlie Nass. Good steal. Good anticipation. It's up to Hill. Augie Eichenberger for 3 is good. Puts the play.
Great play. Great pass up the floor to Hill. Great pass Hill out to
just like all year, they've been super unselfish.
Oh yeah, they are. No, and it's the way it is. It's honestly sort of went for the ball and didn't get it. You just sprint down the floor. Even if you don't get there, that was a really nice pass. You might have deflected the pass a little bit. So it's a game of runs. I thought we were on a run, and there was a call didn't go our way, and it's the way it was. And but Luxemburg Casco has played well. We've done some nice things. You're right that we have moved the ball much better.
Good timeout by Coach Schultz to calm everyone down.
Both teams have 3 timeouts, 3 fouls on Spartans. So they have, again, I agree with you. They've kind of let them play. They're doing a good job. I mean, I can talk about a situation here and there that you wonder about because we're sitting 50 feet away. But they've done a good job. They've let them play, which doesn't mean they're letting them beat the heck out of each other. It's
right.
Just incidental contact isn't, and that's the way it is.
Well, 5:45 to go in the game. Panthers up 5.
They're trying to get the ball into.
Good rebound by Charlie Nass. Yep. I think Braden Deutscher got a little frustrated with that missed shot. He wanted took his frustration out, picked up a foul.
Get Charlie just a little breather. 5:36 to go.
Blot for a 3, straight on, is good.
Is that huge?
That's a huge 3.
Hey, give Magnus Blot credit. A confidence again. Caught it, shot it, buried it.
Panthers back up by 8. 5 minutes, just about 5 minutes, 5:10 to go in the game. Trying to get one more stop, one more possession.
You'd like to show this film and show a defensive clinic.
Yeah, right.
Don't, get to the baseline. Don't turn your body away from the guy. Don't turn your back to the guy. It was a great pass, great play, great pass. Great miss for the Panthers.
Right. Well, the coach is flashing 2-5, so he's going to play defensive number 10, I think. Whatever that is. Could be back to the box of 1. Man-to-man. Second free throw's good. Pulls him within 7. 57-50.
Up.
Under 5 minutes to go now. Max Hill coming off the screen.
We're moving around though a little bit. We've got athletes. So they're letting. Look at, they're kind of clearing it out for Cade. So they were going to let him. They said, "You want to shoot it? You go ahead and shoot it."
Well, it looks like Coach Schultz also is going to play a little 4-on-4 here.
Yeah.
Put Caden in the corner.
Let them run around a little bit.
Which allows him to catch his breath. I mean, this isn't a bad strategy if you just want him to. There you go, set a screen.
Now you got to move. Now you got to move. Clear the side, clear the side, clear the side.
Little turnaround jumper, no good. Nope. Not a bad foul. They have plenty to give. They're not preventing them from getting an easy bucket.
4 fouls each team. 4:05 to go in a really good ball game. Amazing how you can find that little extra gear.
Right. Yep, good defense. There we go. Charlie Nass checking back in. Charlie coming in for Magnus Blad.
Thanks to
give him a little breather. Magnus has been doing a great job. There you go. Good tip by Max Hill. Steal by Charlie Nass gets the credit for it, but Max Hill created it. Panthers on offense.
Augie.
Three. Puts him up 10.
Great drive and kick by Hill.
Well, 3:28 to go. Panthers up 60-50. This is this is Lux Casco's biggest nightmare right now because they're down 10. They can't go back to that box one because now Plymouth is not afraid to pull it out and hold it.
Well, it's a 4-possession game.
Right.
And Plymouth has ball handlers. I don't believe but I'll tell you what, they've got some athletes, and I have said this, I talked to people before the game. They have always been tough kids. You know, again, people got to be a little older in the tooth to remember when we were in the Packerland Conference, but they were good in everything. The only sports we were involved in with them was baseball, because they were spring and we were summer. So, and our kids have sort of gutted it out here a little bit. They had you're right, first game of the tournament, one and done situation, maybe a little bit of nerves. But you can watch all the film until you're on the floor with them.
Right. Well, and quite honestly, back in the days when we actually had to go and scout teams, you could kind of see the pace of the play. Now everything's through huddle, and they don't get to see like the visual unless they do go scout, but not as much as they used to.
We would get film, but I agree, you and I did it. You want to see what happens on the bench when they come in, when they come out. Film. I wasn't smart enough to not watch film.
Well, Panthers up 10. That's right. Panthers up 10, about 3:15 to go in the game. 60-50. There we go. That's a charge. Good charge by Augie. Augie's come off the bench once again and done such a nice job for the Panthers.
Augie's come off the bench and scored 12 points.
He does all those little things that, you don't always see.
I stress this, he's an athlete. The guy plays football, he plays baseball, he plays basketball. Probably could play pickleball if he really wanted to.
Panthers looking to get a good offensive set here, maybe a layup.
I think you're right, Coach Oppenheimer.
I think Coach is going to force him to play a little the foul game pretty soon, right?
They've got 5. Whoa.
Well, I think Augie Max got himself in a situation he didn't know what to do, so he flung it up. Good scoop shot. Good shot by Max. Puts him up 12 with 2:30 to go in the game. That 30 seconds they took off the clock is huge. Deep three, no good. Rebound by the Panthers. Max Hill gets the rebound. We're now to about the 2-minute mark. I think the Panthers are going to start to really hold the ball. They're going to have to start to foul.
Nice pass.
Good pass. Bounce pass is a scoring pass. That old adage puts them up 14, 64-50 with under 2 minutes. I think we got a jump ball here.
Under 2 with 1:53 to go. Under 2, 1:53 to go. Panthers up. They made the run at the last time, and everybody chipped in.
Coach is starting to clear his bench out a little bit here. He brought in number 30, number 20, Brady Young, and Miles Jordan.
Now it's different, it's hard. Well, why doesn't Tim do it? Because you're in the lead and you want to stay there for a little bit.
Well, I think he's got all seniors out there for Lux Casco right now for the last time. Yep, I was going to say, I thought that was a double dribble.
Matroka comes in, Hill comes out. Tell you, Max, that was a double dribble, but I'll tell you, he did some nice things down the stretch here. Charlie Nass with 20 points leads the Panthers, and he had been on a little bit of a shooting drought, but he said, that's a long one.
Rebound by Augie. About a minute and a half to go. Panthers up 14. Looking to secure a victory and get to tomorrow. (64-52), about a minute to go. I think Coach Schultz is going to start bringing some kids in too. I don't think Lux Casco is going to foul. They let him just run it out.
Tim's
I'm interested by
kids
that.
in. Tim's going to have to call timeout because you're right. Oh, there you go. So the Panthers will be playing another game tomorrow.
Live to fight another day. But that's what playoff basketball is all about, right?
I'll tell you
You're
what.
getting everyone's best shot.
Plymouth did do things offensively that they just looked out of whack. But Luxemburg Casco played well. And Plymouth played okay. I mean, they weren't.
Well, they held Caden Schultz to 10 points on the evening.
Right. And part of it, he had some shots he just didn't make. They what teams have been doing, they did it. But Cade does other things that, you know.
Right, but I can guarantee you he's not going to have 10 tomorrow. And that's probably a good sign for the Panthers to let them have an off night tonight. So tomorrow they can
in for
ready
the
to go.
Panthers. Jaden Krieger, 22 is in. 25, Tyson Arnold is in. 33, Hunter Shield is
Panthers
in.
just working it around.
31, Gabe Britt's in. 24, Ethan Rao, who's been playing a lot more down the stretch a little bit. Nice pass.
Good shot.
In
Under 10 seconds. Another good victory for the Panthers. A tough, hard-fought second-round game.
Hey, they've had two tough games. They're battle-tested. Give credit to Luxemburg Casco for coming in here. Not afraid, played hard, as I expected. The Panthers took the shots. End up at the end winning the ball game.
What a great season here at the Panther Dome. Now they're on the road tomorrow at 4 o'clock. It's Coach Kevin just announced we are not televising the game tomorrow, but they might be able to stream it through their website.
Through Huddle.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's first of all, we have, even for home game, we have to pay money to do it. And I think I probably could find people. We just don't know quite how we'd want to do that. And we haven't been calling them on the road. You know, basketball is different than football. You don't know the night you're going to play. But credit to all our sponsors. Credit to Matt Kaskowski, Emerson Cotter, Carter Lund, Kurt Zelf, who's done a lot. He had to do double duty some night. J.J. Watt did, or J.J. Burkhardt did a game one night. It's not easy. We have 7 announcers, and we're all busy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the least.
Right.
Probably, but we're all got stuff. You're refereeing, and yet we made it through another great season. So the Panthers are 18-7 on the season. They'll go to, if it's West Superior, they're going there, and if it's, we have this all set up here. Marinette.
Yeah, West Superior will beat Marinette.
They should, unless something really strange happens.
So we wish them luck tomorrow and the rest of the season, and it's been a pleasure always bringing games to you, and we look forward to next year already. And for Matt Kaskowski, Scott Richards, I'm Josh Oppinger, signing off for the season. Good night.